Okay, we're live on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay, that's great.
Okay, so good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what part of the world you're joining us from. My name is Brenda Unu, and I'm super excited to have you here on today's episode of Women's Matters. And today, Choma and I are twinning with our hair. Look at that. I love it. I love it. And Choma has been on this is her TED time, right? This
Yes,
is her third time on our program. In fact, I think you are the most r- frequent visitor on our program. So please give her a bell of blessing.
yes, yes,
Thank you so much for always being willing to share with us. Thank you for always showing up, always offering to share your wisdom with our community. We love you. We are so grateful. And today we're celebrating our 80th episode.
yes. Wow.
I'm super excited to have.
Yes.
As in when I was typing that, I was like, 80, come on now. Don't
Wow.
worry. Before you know, we would have done 2 years, 104.
Yes,
And I'm like, yes.
yes, yes.
Let's go. So well done. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're just gonna get right into it. Let's go and check on our guests. Where are they? Where are they? Where are you guys? And so
Yeah.
that we can just go right into. But while I go and check on our guests, you know how we do it, right? We don't introduce, we allow you to introduce yourself. I know that you've been here a number of times, so you know how we do it, right?
Yeah.
Please feel free to toot your horn, tell us about yourself, all the wonderful, amazing things that you do. We're here for it all. So please go right into it.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening from wherever you're watching. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. My is good evening. Yes, yes. So, hello everyone, and good evening to you, Coach Brenda. It's such an honor to be here again. It's a very great opportunity I do not take for granted. Whenever you call me, I'm a good servant. I'm ready to
I
serve.
love it. I love it.
So, so I'm happy to be here. It's an honor I do not take for granted. So, hello from wherever you're here. My name is Chioma Oduikolo. I'm a mother of two children, two girls. Yes, I'm a parent, an intentional parent. I'm a masterpiece woman.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes.
very, very important. I'm a masterpiece woman. I'm also an accountant by training. Yes, what else? What else? So that is it generally about me. I love to learn. I love to be in a community where I can learn, where I can grow and improve myself. And obviously, that's why I'm here because I know we're all going to benefit today. I'm also going to benefit as well. So that is just basically about me. Yes. So I'm happy to be here and you're all welcome.
Thank you for coming, and we're so happy to have you as usual. And today's topic is how to stop playing small and start living bold. And I'm like, okay, now let's go. I love it. Throughout the month of September, we're going to be talking about confidence. We're going to be speaking to women about confidence because, we're in an era right now where confidence is, very important. It's important for us to speak to the confidence, especially in women. Women get played down a lot. Women get, passed by because they don't speak up, because they don't, own the room, because they don't own their own worth. Many times you're expecting somebody else to notice you and praise you and, just lift you up. You're just waiting. And, like we're stopping that now. No
Yeah.
more playing small, no more hiding our gifts, no more hiding our brilliance. We're going to start living boldly and loudly as the children of God that we are. We're going to take territories because that's what we have been created for. Do you see? We're not about to be making excuses for our brilliance. We can't be saying, oh, let me be quiet so they don't think I'm like this. No. We're going to be living loud and living boldly. So tell us, first of all, why do you like this topic? I mean, I always like to know what attracted you to this
Oh
topic.
my God. Oh my God. Coach Brenda, the day you shared those topics, and I looked at this one. This one is the one that spoke directly to me because it's just my story. Like I've been in that position where I just saw myself like, okay, I played small. I did not believe in myself. I
Mhm.
knew inside of me that there was something great, but I could not just hold it. I could not just place my hands And I remember there was a time I was telling my husband that I don't feel like a shield is covering me. But I can't just say
Mm.
what that shield is, but I just feel inside of me that something is covering me. So I've played myself so as in, okay, I grew up like someone I like to read my schoolwork. So every other thing
Okay.
apart from academics, I was just an academic person. So I
Mm-hmm.
was not even informed about a lot of things. A lot of things. I was not skilled in so many ways. So I played small. Even my thoughts. Sometimes when I go to a space, but other people will say, they look at me with, you have a lot of abilities. But sometimes I feel like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm always shying away, shrinking, not wanting to come out you know, that has been my story until I encountered great women like Coach Wendy, Coach Brenda, until I found myself in communities where I now understood that I'm already a masterpiece. It's just that I've not been living as one. I'm already a
Mm.
masterpiece. And also, even if I'm a work in progress, I'm also a master. So when I saw this topic, it was something that spoke to me because it's like my own personal story. And I decided
Mm.
to come and tell other women that will be listening, even if it's just one person, that it's okay
Thanks.
if you've been on that journey. The most important thing is that you're aware that you've been playing small. Now that
Mm.
you're aware, so what do you do about it? So that was why I picked that topic. It's just my story. It's just a way of
Mm.
me sharing my story that we can all learn. We can all grow. There's nothing anybody cannot learn.
Yeah.
It's just that most times we don't put our minds to it. Or most times we just tell ourselves, oh, I can't do this. I've tried, I cannot do it. But with knowledge, you can learn anything. With knowledge, you can become anything. With knowledge, you can even be more confident. With knowledge, you can stop playing small. So that was why I picked that topic. And I've interacted with a lot of women with Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
Most women are playing
We are
small.
on this table. We are on this table
Yes.
with our food test.
Yes, Coach Brenda. Most women are playing
Too
small. And
many.
sometimes when I hear conversations of women, I'm empathetic because I know that with knowledge, I now know that this statement, you hear some people make some kind of statement, and you be like, this statement is you actually bringing yourself down by making this statement. I was with
Mm.
a lady somewhere. This lady was, I think, a job came out. And to my knowledge, she's qualified for the job. And I asked her, why
Mm-hmm.
are you not? And she's the person that was even in charge of putting out the job out there. She's the HR person. And I asked her, then why are you not going for this position? Her response was like, I thought of that response throughout that day. Her response was not even, it was not even like, okay, family, maybe childcare, this season of my
Mm.
life. No, the response sounded like, I am not good enough. Someone else is good enough. And do you know the funny thing? She
Mm.
was also among the people that will train the person that even got the job.
Should do the job. Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes, because obviously, if you get a job, you definitely learn the systems of that company. Even if you have a bigger or a higher qualification, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely learn from people that are there. Likewise, a lot of women, we play ourselves so low. When you speak to a woman, the woman say, ah, forget this thing, I don't have time. I cannot
Mm.
I cannot read this book. So that has been my journey. And I want to tell people, even if it's one person, you don't have to stay there. You don't
Mm.
have to stay stuck. Marriage should not make you stay stuck. Childbearing should not make you, in fact, any season of
Mm.
our lives as women, we should not stay stuck because I also realize that staying stuck sometimes it depends on the season. You might go through a season and you
Yes.
might feel, oh, you might just reduce yourself. Maybe you have toddlers, for example, and you might
Mm.
feel your life, everything about your life has ended. You don't have to
Mm.
stay small. You can start to live, come out of that shell and start to live boldly. So that's why I picked that up because when you look around you, a lot of us women were
A
on
lot
this
of
table
us.
and we don't have to
Yes.
remain there. We have to step up and be that light that God has created us to be. So thank you, Butch.
Thank you so much. I mean, I like what you said. Like a lot of women are on this table, just too many. In my work in coaching women, I found that too many women are on this table. And so I'm always so drawn to, just speaking as much as we can to as many people as we can. Because sometimes all you need to do is just to hear it. All you need to do is just to see somebody as an example. And I believe that examples are very powerful, and God actually gives us examples to know what is possible. Every time I tell my story, I tell you guys, I don't know how many times I've said it, but when I decided that I want to take my life more seriously, I was at an all-time low and I didn't know where to start from. And the first thing that God showed me was to, just go online and look for people that I wanted to be like, to go and look for role models, right? So I'd gone and I was now just I'm just loved by God because I believe that He carefully directs me each time. So one of those times I found myself in a live series mentorship with Ibuka Oshika, and when I got in there, just listening to her and following her, I was like, Lord, I love what she does. I want to be this woman. How can I be there?
Mm.
And then I got exposed to, Jumoke Adinowo, and I was like, oh God, I love this woman. I love what she does. How can I be this woman? And I got exposed to Temitope Lagbege. Lord, I love what she does. How can I be this woman? And I sat down one and I looked at all the three women and I said, what is the connecting thread between these three women? Why do I love these three women? What is it that I'm seeing about these women that's attracting me? And I noticed what it was. It was that they were captains of industries. They were doing great in their job. They were also doing ministry in addition to their daily job, and they were unashamedly standing for God.
Mm.
And then it struck me that, oh, okay, so this is what I need to do. And so I always say that God gives us examples so that we can see what is possible. When it was time for me to, work on my parenting and my children, God showed me Coach Wendy. He gave me examples again to say this is possible. And also every time there's always a need to do something, go to the next level, he shows me an example and says, this is my child doing this. You too, you can. Do you see? So I find that a lot of us need more examples. We need to see people doing these things and be able to tell ourselves that, okay, she can do it. I can too. Like, yeah, she doesn't have five heads. Do you see? And this is a child of God. I'm a child of God. Excuse me, what's the like? So you immediately start to see that it's possible. Because sometimes when you see some celebrities, you're thinking,
Mm.
these people, maybe it's the connect they have, maybe it's the direction they are going, maybe it's the people that they know. You start to ask yourself, maybe me, I can't do the things that they're doing, so maybe this is not for people like me. But when you see people like you,
Mm.
this is a child of God.
God, yes.
Amazing things. She's doing
Mm.
excellent in her business. She's doing ministry. She's doing things for God. I can do this too. Do you see? I'm a
Yes.
child of God too. I can totally do this. So what do I need to do? Okay, I need to start making sure that my work is excellent too.
Mm.
Yeah, because I cannot be disgracing the God that I'm professing. Do you see?
Yes.
So I also need to make sure that my work is excellent. I need to make sure that people see me and see the God in me. So great, I will do that. Then I also need to, also show up more. And so that was how I was able to decide that, okay, I can build myself, I can work on myself. Okay, what do I need to learn per time? Okay, I don't know how to speak well. Oh, yeah, go and join this thing. I joined Toastmasters. I went to go and learn how to speak. Okay,
Yes.
I don't know how to write. I went to go and join writing group. Okay, I don't know how to do. I went to go and, constantly building yourself
Mm.
because you can be better, because you have seen a vision, you've seen an example that this is what is possible. And
Yes.
so that was how, for me, that's why I think that we must share these stories more. You have to share the stories more. As much as you have come out of it, you must thank you for coming out to share your story. Because another woman, somebody that we're thinking, I cannot. This thing is not for people like me. She will hear your story and think, oh, okay, Choma can do it. I can too.
Yes.
Do you see? And that is really the crux of everything that we do here at Women's Matters, is to show you examples of, what God can do in the life of another, for you to be able to say, Father Lord, I'm not your stepchild. Oh. Hello, how about me?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Mhm.
you know,
Yes.
So just tell us now, like you always said, how did you come up from, you did mention that you were once very quiet and very timid and thinking, oh, I cannot be the one to say, but then you now met, Coach Wendy, you met with me, and then you're able to get yourself out. What was the process really like? How does it go? How does somebody go from being timid, not sure of who you are, to becoming who you are? Because I know that you met Coach Wendy, you did some courses with her, met me, did some courses with me, but was that all? I mean, do you just go do a course, come out and now just wonderful? I mean, just tell us, let's walk us through it. So somebody just thinks and think, this matter that they are saying, will be saying that it's easy. It's not easy like that. Tell us the real truth. Yeah, the book says I'm God's child too. Absolutely. Just tell yourself the truth. If I see anything that God's child is doing,
Mhm.
my father can do that. He can do it for me too. Absolutely. That's how I personally operate. And I just sit and tell my God that, okay, Father Lord, I see what you're doing for my sister. I like that too. So how do we go about it? And you work out your own. So it's an audacity that we should have, and God taught me this audacity through my daughter.
Mhm.
It was very interesting. I have a lot of parenting conversations with God. And he always, when I was struggling with one of my daughters, he just told me that I don't know what you are doing. It's you are the problem because you can see you yourself, you have your own in your body. But yet me and you, I'm still helping you, I'm still coming back, I'm still working with you. I've not thrown you away. So I don't understand what you are saying about this child.
Oh
You
my
have to just,
goodness.
as I'm telling you, I felt it so
Oh,
clearly that okay, Lord, I hear you. I know say my own to really day my body, and you have been good and you've been kind. So I have to extend mercy to this child, and
mm,
so we were able to work ourselves out. So now another the parenting lesson he taught me the other day was my daughter. I watched my second daughter with her father. This girl is so audacious. She's like, how they say John is the disciple Jesus loved. You
mhm.
know how John is the one that declares that I am the disciple Jesus loved.
Yes.
Jesus didn't say it, though. It's John that said it with his mouth. That's how this girl is. She will tell you, I'm my daddy's darling. Do you know who I am? I'm my daddy's darling. Like, don't play. She was like 3 years old when she started saying this thing. Look at this child. I said, it's the audaciousness for me. Like, who are you? So she was so she goes to her father, I want so and so thing. And she just knows that he will do it. Like the man will even say, hey, God, this child has my key. I'm finished. Brenda, please be saving me. Because I would not be laughing. But one day I sat down, God used that analogy to show me that. Do you see the way this girl goes to her father?
Mm,
There's no thinking, there's no whether he will have it, whether he doesn't have it, whether he will do it well. No, she just goes and says, Daddy, this is what I want. And the daddy will run up and down to make it work. So if an earthly father can do this, what do you think I can do? I say, hey, is that the code?
mm.
Let's go.
Wow.
Immediately. So I tried to learn that, you can come to God. You
Yes.
can talk to him.
Yes.
He is your father
Mhm.
in much the same way as this child was going to her father. So
Mm.
and I said, okay now, say no more. Lord, you are gonna be tired of me. Like, what? This is how they do it. Let's go. So I mean, and it's just a way, it just, there's so many things that my work with God showed me about my parenting that corrected a number of things. When there was a time I used to tell myself that I said, my daughter's wala is too much. I cannot again. And God looked at me like, are you joking? Jesus left the 99 to chase the one. I was always saying it that please, if I deliver 3 out of 4, I've tried. That's
Mm.
anywhere in the world, 75%. Please just leave me. God said, Jesus left the 99 to chase the one. You are not leaving anyone.
Yes.
So I had to restructure my brain, arrange myself, and humble myself and chase after the child. You
Mm.
know, and today we're where we are. So in every time I say my work with God, it was parenting that he used to hit me the most.
Mm.
So all this one you are doing outside, we are doing well, oh, well done. But you see, this my children that are in your care.
Yeah.
You got work to do here.
Mm.
You got work to do here. But in every time that we talk, I learn something new for my relationship with him and
Mm.
then my relationship with the children. So it's just always so beautiful. I wanted to share that out there before I come back to you. Now, come back to you. Tell us. So what is the work like? What was the work like? How did it go for you?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Coach. So for me, it's first of all the decision.
Mhm.
I had earlier said that I knew there was something on the inside, but I could not place my hands on it.
Right.
I just felt like a shield. You know how you have this white transparent veil covering you?
Bill.
Yeah. But you
Mm,
can't see it, you can't place what it is. But I just knew that there was something covering me. I just knew
mm,
that I was living in my shell. I just knew that there was something, but you're not coming out. But I don't know what that thing was, you know.
mm,
So for me, since I had already realized it, I now decided it was a decision for me. So everyone listening to me out there, it's just for you to make the decision. Nobody's going to decide for you. Nobody's going
mhm,
to say, oh, it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to read book. It's time for you to develop yourself. No, you'll be the one to decide and carry every other person along. Now, I remembered when I encountered Coach Wendy. To be honest, I did not need anybody to force me. Oh.
mhm.
I'm telling you, when I saw her first video, inside of me, I was convinced I needed to just
There was a
listen to
witness
Coach.
to your spirits. Like,
Yes, there was. The only thing I told my husband then was that I saw Coach Wendy and I would like to join her academy. He was like, "Are you sure?" Because
Mm,
I've never paid, Nigerian mentality now. When you want to pay for something, you'd be like skeptical. Ah, this thing is
Is
it
this
real?
scam?
Is this scam? Is it not scam? So me personally, I've never paid for anything online, So
Mm,
I told him that I just want to, my spirit just aligns with her. And she's the first woman. Apart from, I knew growing up, when I finished my university, I know sometimes I used to listen to Mrs. Awoshika because on
mm,
Sundays, I know there's one radio station then in Nigeria, Sunday
mm.
morning. I used to listen to, I remember her story, how she shared, how she started her company at 20 something.
Yes,
She had,
yes,
is the one that has a furniture company.
yes, she's the
Yes,
one.
yes. So I listened to her bit by bit, but I did not continue. But I decided that I really wanted something more. So the truth is that you have to first of all decide. And when you
Mhm.
decide, you have to go with the right person because voices are vehicles. The
Mm,
person you listen to, you will do more of what the person says. And the Bible says the more we look, the more we behold, or the more we look, the more we behold. So the more you look at a coach, the more you look at someone, the more you behold. The more you look
mm,
at the person's story, you listen to the person's story, the more you want to replicate the person's result. So for me, it was a decision. Then the second thing is you willing to do what you're supposed to do. To grow, to
yes.
develop ourselves is not easy. It's not a walk in the park. Coach Brenda, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Do you know that sometimes initially when I carry my book to read, maybe all these some parenting books and all, do you know that some
Mm,
people get uncomfortable when they see me read? As in, honestly, like you too, they'll be like, you too read, you too read. So if you're someone that you're not really sure if you want to please every other person, even if you know you
mm,
need to read this book because it's your spare time, you might just drop the book because you want to follow the crowd. So people get
mm,
uncomfortable. I just see it around us. A lot of people get uncomfortable when you're trying to tell them something that will make them to grow. But when you bring entertainment, everybody buys.
yeah, everybody's ready. Yes.
Yes. So first of all, I was willing to improve. Then the process, it's not easy. In fact, it's a journey because I'm not even there yet. It's a
Mm,
process. But what keeps you there is for you to be in the right community, the right
mm,
system. So that even when you feel like this thing you're not doing again, you're not keeping up to what your goals are all, you have the right system, you have the right community. I remember when I listened to Women Growth Conference, I think it's the one of last 2 years or last year, the one that talked
mm,
about thriving as a woman. Is it thriving?
yes.
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of speakers that came. There was one lady that spoke that she has written 12 books. The one you said you coached. Yeah, you spoke. One other fair lady, your friend, a lot of them spoke, but to be honest, I
Yeah.
was inspired. So these communities where you remember what you've learned, even if you fall, but you remember that there are some women doing it, you need to continue. So it's not an
Mm,
easy journey. Growth is not an easy route because while you're growing, you have to spend money to get books, you have to spend to get courses,
mhm,
and that same money you would have used it for something else. Some other
mm.
people will even prefer to use the money for something. They'll be like, which kind of book I beg, bring money. Let's use for something.
No.
But you have to take the pain because that is what you want. So that is the process, that is the journey. It's not easy to come out of that place. But when you decide, when you're looking at the right coaches, as Coach Brenda said, you're looking at the right mentors, you have the right communities, even if you fall, but you remember those words, there's something in you that will make you to get up and continue. So it's not an easy journey to grow, but you have to be there. You have to be there and make up your mind that this place, I'm going to be here and I'm going to learn. So for me,
Mm,
how I stepped out of that place I was of being
mm,
shy, of being small. When I started to listen to so many women, the truth is that God is so merciful. When we go through challenges, you might think there's no solution.
mm.
You might just be doing your own thing in your own small corner. You don't know that there are women that are achieving great things. It's just that you're not
Really?
aware. You've not gone
Mm,
on social media to check. Nobody has drawn your attention to check. I remember the first time my husband told me that, do you listen to TED Talk? You might not like, which one
mhm,
is TED Talk? Wah?" I now went to TED Talk. I was like, Jesus, all this. I now checked that TED Talk people have been speaking for how many
See, how
years?
many years?
I
Yes.
mean, I'm just knowing. So that is how it is. You might be going through a challenge, but there are women that are doing a lot of things that you're not even aware. So, but the
Mm-hmm.
thing is that when you're in the right communities, you get to know these people. So when I made up my mind in that community, looking at Coach Wendy, looking at other women as well, even Coach Brenda, even Women's Growth Academy, it really helps. So I decided that I wanted to grow. So when I started listening to what Coach Wendy was teaching, listening to you, I now realize that in each of us are masterpieces. It's just that I don't know, growing up, but we did not hear this thing too much. I did not hear that I was a masterpiece. I did not hear it too much. So I just, I said, like, you're a masterpiece and a work in progress. So that thing kept stuck in my head. Then I was now
Mm,
reminded of the scripture. I don't even know. Sometimes it seems like there's one season of our life, you just stop reading the scripture. There are so
mm,
many things in the scripture. The Bible is just like an anchor for us. When you read
mm,
the Bible, you get scriptures that keep you going. Scriptures that tell you that you're like lights. When you put on the
mm,
light, you should not put it under the bushel. You should shine for the world to see. So those
mm,
scriptures kept me going. So I now said, I am going to come out of here. And now I'm even more aware. But when I make choices, I'm like, this thing you're doing is limitation. You're limiting yourself. Come out of here. Sometimes
mm,
there'll be fear, fear of the unknown. What if it doesn't work? This place is where I've been for a very long period of time, but stepping out, I'm going to give a very is an example myself. When I relocated to the UK, I just
mm,
realized it's even part of limiting belief.
mm,
When I came here and I started to look for jobs, do you know that I limited myself so much that there are some jobs I'll say I just feel like I cannot do this job. Like I can
mm,
okay, apply kwa. No. I don't feel
mm.
like it's meant for some people. It's not meant for you. Who says so? Who
Which people?
says
Did they write something
people?
on their head?
Which people? Which people? Who says so? I just
Mm,
realized that I limited myself so much. So do you know? I started to
mm,
put the list of the jobs.
mm,
Started to downplay myself. I started to shortchange myself. Not until I now start, reflecting. I'm like, this thing is actually you limiting yourself. Oh. The people that are getting this,
mhm.
they even have two heads. At least even apply for the job. When you
Okay.
apply and you go and you even see what it entails. So for me, it's a gradual process. But because I'm in that system of constantly growing, listening to the right voices, so I'm stepping out. Even if at any point in time I find myself in that point or that place of limitation, I try to look for a way of coming out. So it's a process. It's not a one day thing. It's not something you say you do today and you are living big, you've come down, you're now out of that place. It's a process and you must be willing to put in the work. As Coach Randy will always say, the process is what matters, not even the end result. So that has been my
Mm,
journey for me because I'm in these spaces where I see women doing a lot, achieving
mm,
great things. There are so many women who I've never even listened to that are still achieving great things. It keeps me focused. When I try to
mm.
drift away from my focus, I'm back because I'm listening to the right voice. So that is it for me, Coach.
Good. I want to take you up a little bit more on that listening to the right voice. Sometimes
Mm.
it's so critical. You even mentioned it earlier when you said voices are vehicles. Who you listen to is so critical. In playing small, most of us are there because we have listened to it said to us over and over and over. When you
Mhm.
were kids, keep quiet. Kids are not to be speaking here. Kids are to be seen, not heard. Kids are not to this. Kids are not to that. Then you grow up and they now say, "You're a woman. Women should not be too loud. Women should not be too this, too that. No man will marry you. If you are too all that, then you not marry. Then they will not say, women should not this. Don't let your husband feel threatened. Don't hello.
Mm.
Who made these rules?
Mm.
Who? Right? Who made these rules? And who says we must listen to them? So the voices that you listen to are important because they will help you to reparent yourself, rewire. And thank God that the brain is such an elastic muscle.
Mhm.
It is able to be retrained. So even if you have heard all your life that you are this, you should not talk, you should not this, you should not that. By the time you start to speak to yourself yourself and you start to get new information. You know, when they say if you know better, you should do better.
Better.
So by the time you start to have new information, you can start to do, other things, right? And start to speak the right life into yourself and do better. So, which is why it's critical, you know, it's critical for us to have what do you call it? Um, so it's critical for us to have the right voices that we're listening to. And what voice are we talking about? We're talking about voices about who are you following on social media?
Yes.
So today, if you're a woman that wants to, start living boldly, start by auditing who you're following on your social media. Go there and go and look at who you're following. Remove the nonsense people that are saying what you don't understand. You know, there are some people that they come. See, I found that I was following somebody on Facebook. I've been following for ages, right? But recently, I've discovered that every time he speaks, it's against women. Every time. He's like, he has a following of men that are always like, yes, when they start, he puts up posts like, what is wrong with the woman that she cannot go and work herself? Is it the man that must give her food? And see, it's not as if what he's saying is wrong, right? It's the way he's saying it. And when he starts saying it, it's like putting on women, and then the men on his page will be like, yes, tell them, say that. And if you mistakenly just want to give another angle to say, okay, why not look at this? They will come at you. And I said, what the heck am I doing following these people? Like, why am I here? You know, I was like, why did I find myself on this guy's page? I just unfollowed very quickly, and because I like to protect my space. On Instagram, I'm so intentional of what the algorithm shows me. If I see you writing rubbish, I will simply unfollow. I will not watch. I will not, so that I beg, don't show me again. Because you know how Instagram does. You like this person, they'll show you 15 more of the time. Do you
Yes.
want to kill me? Do you understand? So if I'm following the right senses, they show me 15 more of the sensible people. And I'm increasingly hearing sensible things. I don't spend too much time on Instagram, but when I enter, let me see things that will edify me instead of things that will retrogress my mind. Do you see? So first of all, go and audit who you are following on social media. Go and audit the voices you're listening to, the groups you belong to. All those WhatsApp groups are not giving you any value, where you just go into and people are dragging over stupid things like politics, or I mean, see, what concerns you with politics, except it's election year? Hmm?
Yeah.
Election year, we know that okay, we now have to come and vote, so we can find out what's going on and just vote right. But other than that, what's your business? Do you understand? They say that the people who make the news don't watch the
Don't watch the
news.
news. Yes.
You should be building so that the CNN will come and look for you. BBC will come and look. Have you not followed? Do you follow BBC Africa? Do you follow CNN? When you see a Nigerian showing up on those, I'm like, God, that's where I want to be. I want to have built so much that they will find me and they'll come and feature me as well. Do you see? I don't have time to be
Yeah.
watching what doesn't concern me and to be arguing over what Very Dark Man said or what this other person said. What's my business?
Right.
The other day, there was one other guy that they were saying, they were all ranting about that the guy did one thing, said one thing. And I said, who is this person? I said, fear did not allow me go and search. So they don't come and start showing the guy to me on Instagram. I was like, somebody give me the summary because I just can't deal. I wasn't going to go and search. You know what's now? I want to hear the gist, but I was
Yes.
just not going to go and search. Because I'm very intentional about the voices I allow into my head, into my space, because I want to build my confidence and keep it that way. So voices that speak to you is so critical, so important. And I mean, like Chioma says, you have to audit them and follow who know road. You
Yes.
know, how does Coach Wendy say, be ye followers of them?
Them. Yes.
The people who have done things. Like I told you when I shared my story, I said I went to go and look at people that have done things that I was proud of. I said, I like what this man is doing. Let me follow. As I follow, she's writing a book, I buy it, I read it, I will understand what's going on, I will understand her life. She's doing a course I bought, I sign up, I learn some more. Because some of these people, even though they're sharing to you on social media, they share you the what. They never share the how. The how is always paid. It's always paid for. If you really want to know the how, go and sign up for their courses. Go and buy their books. Invest some money to know their processes because they will share on social media. There will be free things. I mean, I'm here every Tuesday. I'm sharing stuff to you, right? But the real how will never be shared here. And it's not from lack of wanting to. It's just that there's no time. Do you see? But
Yes.
so Everybody will tell you the what. We will share with you what you need to know. We'll share with you what you need to think about your life. And it's fine if you want to go and figure it out. It can take you the next 5 years. It took me
Yeah.
6 years to figure it out. But
Wow.
would you rather take a course or buy a book or
Mm,
get into a program that will compress time for you?
mm,
Because somebody has done the work, somebody has gone through those years and wants to now show you the how.
yes.
So as you are following this voice and you are finding them out, do not be afraid to pay for value. Do
Mm,
not be afraid to pay for access. Do not be afraid to. And there's one of those women I wanted to access. I wanted to be in her space. I really wanted to get to know her. I paid for her course. After
amen.
paying for the course was expensive at that time. Hey God, I can't remember where I found the money. I should have gathered myself. I paid. And just attending that course, it expanded my mind about kingdom finances
Mm,
in a way that I never expected. And so I started to work on what I did, what I've been doing from there. And from that time, if I even message her on Instagram, she remembers me
mm,
because I'd done something. So I got the access I was looking for. Do you understand? Just by paying
mm,
for a course. Sometimes some of these men are so out of your reach. When you pay for their course and pay for their inner circle, pay for their program, you get access. Access to ask your questions, access to get help for your life, access to
mm,
improve, to speed up your processes.
mm,
And it is all possible only when you pay.
mm.
I just said I should tell you that part. Though. I don't know who sends me, but back to you, Choma.
Oh my God, Coach, this thing you said about time is very important. When I started listening to Coach Wendy and Coach said that your time is your life, I realized that most of us waste our time on things that we're not supposed to. Most of
Mm,
us say we don't have time. I understand seasons of life, but that little time you have, that 5 minutes, that 10 minutes you're waiting for your child to do something, can you use it to do something very important? So time is very
mhm,
important. If we start to use our time for the right things, you see that you're moving from A to B, even if it's baby step you're making. Do you know that? I just realized that when we go to pick our children from school, you know how you queue up and wait for your child. That's 5 minutes is
mhm,
something. 10
mhm,
minutes is something. You can listen to something
mhm,
to empower you. You can read a page of a book. You can just do something with your time. So it's very important for us to understand that our time is our life. Whatever you do, time is going. You can never recover that time. We can
yeah,
never have, today is what? Today is 9th, right? 9th of September. We
ninth.
can never have
Mhm.
9th of September 2025.
In 2025 again.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
so the
mm-hmm,
time is going. So that is one thing. So we must be very intentional with our time. Don't allow someone to encroach into your time. Some people carry their emergency and encroach into
hey
your day and
God,
scatter your day.
these people.
And that is one thing. That is one thing I've learned to put boundaries on my time. Yeah, you might say, people have the right to say what they want to say, but there must be
Mhm.
boundaries. You don't allow someone to just wake up. The person's emergency, the person will now
You know,
carry from morning and disrupt your day, scatter your day. You're drained. At the end of the
mm,
day, you're like, what did I even achieve today? So we must even have boundary with our time for us to be
mm,
on this journey of coming out small. So I used to be that person that liked to say yes. I didn't
mm,
know how to say no. If you ask me
mm.
for something, even if I don't have that thing, I'll say yes and go and look for where I'll get it.
Like, whoever did us this thing.
I'm telling you, I used to be an OES member and then I used to be proud, like, Chioma the good girl. Like, yeah, if you're hailing me, they're like, Chioma the good girl, the thing will be shooting me. I just realized that
Mm,
what I was doing was I did not have boundaries. I was playing small. I was saying yes to people, displeasing myself and pleasing other people. So the truth is that
mm,
this journey of growth, there are so many things we unlearn. There are so many
mm,
things you relearn. There are so many things you do. And the truth is that, Coach Brenda, some people are not aware of your growth journey. Some people are not on the same
mm,
page with you. So when you start to put
mm.
this boundary, they'll be like, what's this one? What's this one
What's wrong
feel
with
like?
that?
But it is
Mm,
okay. Coach Wendy said something. As long as the person is not featuring in your goal, that goal you have for yourself in the next 5 years, the person is not featuring, the person is even coming to make you feel less. The person is coming to make you feel like you're not even worthy. So why
mm,
continue conversation with that person? So one thing
mm,
we have to understand as women is that we must understand that our time is our life. We should not
mm.
be wasting our time and be doing things that you just waste time.
That
No,
is not progressing
that
you.
is not progressing you. You're just there. Time is going. I was telling someone one day, do you know that Queen Brenda? I remembered when I was around 20 something year old. If I
Mm,
see people that are 30 something, I'm like, this person don't old though. Hey, I was like, Jesus, see, this person is old. Do you know the other day I was like, Chineke, how old am I? I was like, see me, I am now here. And that is the
Mm-hmm.
truth. You know that one day we'll wake up, you see that you are 40.
Mm-hmm.
One day you wake up, you see you're 45, you're 50.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done with that time? Is it
Mm-hmm.
regrets? Can you can
Mm-hmm.
you just can you just analyze in the next 5 years or in the last 5 years, what have I done? So the truth is that we must be very careful what we use our time. We're not getting any younger. And the truth is that
Yeah.
the more we advance in age, the less strength you have. Because in your youth, you're everywhere, you can do a lot of things, you can do more
Mm-hmm.
things. But as you're
Mm-hmm.
advancing, there's little, there's little what
Yeah,
we can do. Strength is
absolutely.
reducing. So one thing
Absolutely.
we have to understand as women is that for us to come out of that place of playing small, we must have value for our time, even if it is 1 second. Even if
Mm.
it is 1 minute, we must have value for our time. Even if you're using it for self-care, you're resting, it is better to know that you're
Mm.
resting, using it for your self-care and not allowing someone else, maybe someone else that is not managing their time well, they will carry entertainment that you don't even need, that does not concern you. You say you stay and be watching before you know 1 hour, 2 hours. I listen to someone, a lot of women say they have challenge with managing time on social media. And I asked, what do you do? What do you do on social media? Apart from maybe you're teaching, you're doing, even if you're teaching, how many hours do you teach in a day on
Do
social
you
media?
understand? Mm-hmm.
Some people will tell you that when they start to scroll, before they know they are carried away. I'm like, then don't scroll. Don't scroll because that thing is wasting your time. Don't scroll before you know the day is gone. You've not connected with your children. Children are talking to you. You're pressing phone. So the truth is that
Mm.
we must have value for our time. We must place great boundaries on our time. Then the second thing I also wanted to mention, see this group you talked about it. There was one time I was in one group, one WhatsApp group. I was just discussing with my husband some days ago. I was in that group and I was not getting anything. And
Mm.
this thing that we used to do. You say you go and join. It's good to join old association, all those old
Old
association we
girls,
used to do.
old girls
Good,
have suffered though.
it's
Cold.
good though. Me, I'm not against it. I like people that want to connect and all. But the truth is that what is the reason for that group? Why
Mm.
was that group formed in the first place? Is it to empower? Is it for announcements? Is it to tell you when somebody's doing wedding? Because what people do now is only when somebody's getting married, when somebody gives birth, that's what they announce
Mm.
in some groups. So you ask yourself, what am I doing here? To be honest, I was there as if I was lost. I was like, what am I even doing here? The people you want to connect with, it's possible you have their numbers personally to connect directly with them. So why are you?
Mm-hmm.
So the truth is that as women, we must guide our time. And we must
Mm.
guide about the groups you enter, the group you're in. How is it benefiting you? How is it improving you? Or are you just there when you come back from work? And to be very honest, this group thing is a thing. You come back from
Mm.
work, 1 hour, you're reading message.
I know.
You are still reading message before you know they'll tell you this person is getting married. Probably you've not seen the person for 10 years. You're not communicating with the person. They will now put you in a committee of friends that you don't even know. You understand? So we must be able
Mm.
to guide our time. We must be able to guide the groups we find ourselves at every point in time. Anywhere
Mm.
we are, ask yourself, am I growing? Am I becoming
Mm.
better? This lady I'm listening to, this group I'm in, how are they improving my life?
That's impacting my life.
Is it impacting? Is it spiritual? Is it impacting on me spiritually, mentally, health wise, academic wise? If it's not doing
Mm.
any of that, then why are you still there? Most of us
That
are
is not the
scared.
truth.
When you leave, they'll say, this person has left this group. Go to
But guess what? WhatsApp doesn't announce it anymore. There's a new
really?
feature. Yes, there's a new feature that once you leave a group, it doesn't announce it. Only the admins will see that you have left.
Oh.
So now, I was staying in a lot of groups that I was tired of, but because hey, they will see that I've left. This people pleasing matter.
Mhm.
Omo, I got to one point. I said, I am not going. I'm not doing again. If they want to abuse me, they should abuse me. I exited the group. When you want to even exit, WhatsApp tell you, do you want to mute it? Instead, no, I want to leave. Exit and get out. I
Yeah.
weaned myself off this pleasing people
Mhm.
because I was one of those people who used to say, oh, if somebody comes to me, I can't say no because I really wanted everybody to be happy. I thought I was being a good girl. I was being a Christian. I was showing the love of Christ. But my dear, I was killing myself. By the time I attend to everybody's issues and I wanted to attend to my own, I'll find myself sleeping 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. What is it? The next morning I'm up, I have headache, I'm cranky, I'm a beast to be around because of what? I was helping the world. Hello, you're not Jesus. Jesus has died for the world. You don't need to die anymore. Do you see? So don't need to try to save anybody. You are not El Shaddai. Don't worry. God is God by himself. Does not need you to save the world. So
Yes.
what did I start to do? I started to practice saying no. Like I
Mm.
would actually look at myself in the mirror and say, I'm going to say no to one person today, just for practice. So if you come to me, I will practice saying the no so that when you come to me and I look at them, this thing they're asking me, they will not die. I'll say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Or, oh, I'm sorry, it's not the right time. I practice scripts to use. Guess what? The first time I said the no to somebody, the person was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Whenever you're free. I was like,
That
you
is,
mean the sky did not fall? This person was not angry. This person was, and it was such a stressful demand the person asked of me. I was almost saying yes because I thought, how to ask me. She's not have any other person. I was like, I just said, I really would like to do this, but it's not the right time.
yeah.
I can't do this right now. And she was like, okay, that's fine. Huh? That's fine. Ha! Before I would have bent myself over. I said, so that's fine. My sister, that day I received sense. I was
Mm.
like, everybody will be all right. They
Mm.
will not die. The
Mm.
sky will not fall. They
Yes.
will be all right. So
Yeah.
why not say no? Give yourself some peace and give yourself life. Do
Mm-hmm.
the things that are important to you. Find your
Mm-hmm.
own priorities. Honor your priorities
Yeah.
first. And then start dealing with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Start dealing with the
Yeah.
world after you've honored your priorities. What is your priority? Is God, your family, your
Mm.
work, then others.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let others come
Yeah.
ahead of every other thing.
Yeah.
And then you're not struggling to do the other things that matter. It's not a wise way to live.
Yeah.
That's not how wise men live. So if you take nothing from today's conversation, take that one. Please give yourself brain.
Mm.
Protect your time, protect your boundaries because people
Yeah.
will be all right. They
Yes.
will truly be all right. I have a question in the chat.
Okay.
Someone is asking, says, what about women that stutter? How do they build confidence? If
Mm.
you're a woman that stutters, now we're talking, we're all going on
Mm.
and on and on. We're feeling like, oh man, she's feeling us that, man, you guys are sounding very confident, but I stutter. How do I build confidence? Do you want
Well,
to take that question?
yeah, for me, one thing I have to let us know is that first of all, you have to know your identity. Stuttering is
Mhm.
not your identity.
Mm,
Your identity, our identity as women, because I'm also talking to myself, is in God. So first
mm,
of all, we must get comfortable with the fact that our identity is in God. That is who we are.
mm,
We are worthy. We are enough. You are whole. You are a
mm,
God. It doesn't matter whether you stutter or not. It doesn't
mhm,
matter whatever external characteristics or anything we have as women, but not. It doesn't change the fact that we are made in the image and likeness of God. It doesn't change the fact that you are a masterpiece and a work in progress. You stutter
mm,
does not change the fact that you're worthy as a woman and every other
mm,
thing. It doesn't change the fact that you're whole. It doesn't change the fact that you are a God. So, first of all, as women, we must understand that our identity is in God. So
mm,
now, we should not attach our identity to any other thing external. So,
mm,
stuttering is not your identity, first of all, as a woman. So,
mm,
you must also be aware so that someone else cannot pull you down because you stutter. Your
mm.
identity is already determined right before you were born. Any
Absolutely.
other thing that follows after your birth does not determine your identity. Marital status does not define it.
Mhm,
Financial capability does not define it. Stuttering,
mhm.
any form of ill health,
Educational, nothing.
educational, it does not define it. Our identity as women, as men, is in God. So, first of all, we must be aware of who we are because the
Mhm,
truth is that most of us are not aware of who we are. That is why when you go out and somebody just tells you one thing, like, you start feeling bad. You start
mhm,
feeling less of yourself. You be like, me, I not dress fine like this woman. How I see how this woman kids. But that is not your identity. So it's
mm,
okay for you to stutter. It is fine, but that is not your identity. And
mm,
also, when you stutter, it does not even define all of who you are. I've heard of stories of people that achieved a lot of things with disabilities. Stuttering is not
Mm-hmm.
even a disability, but let's say disability that is even the worst case scenario. I heard of a man that is blind and is a musician. I can't remember his
Mm.
name. I've heard of
Our
so many
Cobams,
people. Mhm.
our Uncle Bams,
Yes,
award-winning
yeah,
musician.
they are doing a lot. So if you stutter as a woman, it should not in any way reduce your confidence. There are so many things you can do. Do you know that, Coach Brenda? There are so many people that are good with writing. There are
Mm-hmm.
people that when they write it, be like, who wrote this thing? There are some people that are
Mm-hmm.
even good talking, but when it comes to writing, that is not their strength. So you can
Absolutely.
manifest your strength as a woman in
I
different
love that.
ways. You
I
can
love that.
manifest your strength in different dynamics. When you go to your home, even if you stutter, that place you
Mm.
can manifest as a woman made in the image and likeness of God. Stuttering, yeah, if you feel you stutter, it is fine. Maybe there are some other things you can do, but it does not define you in any way. You can manifest.
Absolutely.
There are so many things on the inside of you that you've not even seen. You just seen stuttering. Stuttering is one, but do you know
Mm.
in each of us we have a lot. We have different dynamics of us. It's
Mm-hmm.
possible you've not been exposed to the right coach to bring it to bear. It's possible you've not even seen it. Okay, like Coach Brenda, when we did the writing challenge, most of us in that challenge, like me, I did not believe that I could write a book. When I see people writing a book, I'm like, how did this? But when you taught us, I now saw that
Mm-hmm.
yes, I can write it. So you stutter. That is just one part of you. There are
Mm-hmm.
several dimensions of you. So the thing is that you have to be aware of the other dimensions of you that is your strength. Stop looking at your weakness. No. Look at your strength and build on your strength. When you build on your strength, when you have solutions to problems, people will not remember that you stutter.
Now, wait for you to finish the sentence. Do you see?
Yes,
Don't
when you have solutions,
be
people will
patient.
not remember. Coach Brenda,
Mm-mm.
when you have solutions, people will not remember that you're a black woman, you're a white
Mm-hmm.
woman, your skin is
Mm-mm.
like this, you're short,
Mm-mm.
you're tall. All they know is that, please, can you get us Mrs. A, Mrs. B? She has
Mm-hmm.
solutions to our problems. So, as a
Absolutely.
woman, what I would advise you is that you should rather focus on developing yourself. Build yourself such that when you enter a space, people don't look at the fact that you stutter, they look at the fact that you are a solution bringer. That is
Mm-hmm.
that is what we should all strive to be as women. Don't look at one limitation. Me, I cannot speak. Oh, this thing they are speaking, I cannot even. Don't look at that. Look at
Yes.
your strength and
Mm-hmm.
begin to bring out your strength to the world, so that when the world needs solution, they are going to call you. They will not even remember that you stutter. When you start
Mm-hmm.
to dish out solutions, when you start to empower and impact the world, people will not remember that you stutter. And also, do you know that you stutter could also be an opportunity for other women that are stuttering, that have been feeling low, to even come out and manifest themselves? Because when you
Yes.
come out and manifest yourself, when you come out and tell the world, yes, I stutter, but I can achieve this, and this, you give other women, other
The
people
permission. Mm.
opportunity and the permission to also come out. So for
I love
me,
it.
look at it from the side of the right perspective. Don't look
Mm.
at stuttering like, oh, it's a weakness, it's hindering me in different areas. No,
Mm.
look at the strengths you can build from that thing. Look at what you can build from that stuttering. From your stuttering, you can raise a community of women, or a community of people that help younger people that are less confident because they stutter. So look at the strength. Go inside of you and ask yourself, what can I manifest? You are a God. You are a masterpiece. God did not create you to be a stutter and that is all. No! Inside of you, there is greatness. Go in, bring out the greatness and show this greatness to the world. The world will never ever remember that you stutter. Stuttering is just the least, but show your
Mm.
greatness to the world, and the world will announce you for who you are. And you're going to give other women the opportunity to come out
Mm.
and be great. You're going to give them the opportunity to see themselves in you and they are going
Mm.
to achieve great things. So look at it as a good thing. Look at it like something you can build on. Just
Mm.
remember the perspective you look at it from. That is what matters.
It's
Don't
what
allow
makes a difference.
anybody make you feel less of yourself. You are not less. You are
Mm.
whole. You are worthy. You have the ability to achieve what so many women have achieved and more. Just tell yourself that, start to build on it,
I
work on
can.
yourself, and become a better version of yourself. So that is it for me, coach.
Oh my God, that was a complete masterclass. We should have asked that question from the beginning. Oh, woo, woo, woo. I was like screaming where I was. Well done. Thank you so much for that answer, Choma. I'm sure Oyema Faith has been blessed by your response. If she's not on the call, she better come back for her response, because I texted her that I will respond to her question. So, I mean, as you were speaking, I felt led to answer, to remind her that Moses was a stutterer.
Yes.
Remember, Moses that wrote 5 books of the Bible. The only person that wrote more books than him is maybe what?
Paul.
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 It's St. Paul. Otherwise, Moses wrote 5 books of the Bible. He wrote about books things that happened before he was born. So it was divine revelation that he used to write those books. It wasn't things that happened in his time. You saw those Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they wrote about what happened in their time.
Mm-hmm.
This guy wrote divine revelation. He was a stutterer. He was the man that God sent to go and release his people. When they say, God, I can't go, I cannot talk. That was what's wrong with you. Did I not see that you cannot talk when I sent you? What's wrong with you? I don't like stupid people. Oh, yeah, okay. So that you feel better, carry your brother with you. But Moses, he was that is spoken about generation after generation of what he did for God's people. He was a stutterer. Now, what are the practical things you can do if you're a stutterer? Number one, practice. Practice, practice, practice. Why do you stutter? Maybe you're trying to talk too fast. Maybe you're sometimes what they say, maybe your speed of thought is slower than the way you are speaking. So read widely, and then your brain will become faster. Your speed of thought will match up with your speed of speaking. Then practice in front of a mirror. Practice, 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 practice. Speak slowly. Pick your words. When you're picking your words, people will not see that you're stuttering. Then you want to show up. You are feeling as if you stutter, people will judge you. Do you know what? Do recorded videos. Take your time, speak slowly, record 15 times if you need to until you get a perfect one. Edit the pauses out, edit the stuttering out, and then present yourself to the world. When you practice, 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 and you become better, then you can go live. Nobody says you have to go live. Nobody says you must go live. You can show up as you can, but not showing up is not an excuse. Sorry, excuse me. Stuttering is not an excuse, right? It's not an excuse. So show up as you are. Some people have a half of their face that is burnt, and they're still showing up. What are you talking about? That you stutter? It's how you see it. Like Choma said, it's how you see it. What is the perspective? If that you remember that doesn't define you and God gave you a message, please go ahead and find a way to share it. I think we've given you practical tips, we've given you motivation, we've enjoyed you. See, someone saying thank you for this insight. My son stutters and he's listening to this conversation with me, so it's really insightful for us. Thank you. Oh, thank God, Taiwo. You see now, Faith, we said it that, as you show up, you give other people the permission to show up. We already have a son right here that is testifying. So I'm so, so grateful to you for that question. Thank you. And thank you, Choma, for answering it so brilliantly. In fact, you know what? I'm loving this conversation today, but our time is about to run up. It's about to run up. Where does the time even go? Where did we start? It's already. Okay, but before we go,
Yeah.
I wanted to share with you guys
Okay.
that, my new book is
Oh,
out. It's
right.
out. It's
Oh,
out. I don't know whether you can see it. My new book is out. And it's basically about people showing up,
okay.
owning their stories, and starting. So you may ask yourself, okay, all this talk Coach Brenda is saying, oh yeah, we should talk, we should come and share, we should come and how do I do it? This is one of the hows, right? This book tells you the how. It's literally a step-by-step process telling you the how. I have this Amplify You framework. It's a 5-step framework. Clarify, creates, brand, publish, and amplify. In this 5-step framework, I share it in this book. I share it in my coaching. We have group coaching starting September 21st. Sign up now if you want to go and learn how to find your voice, how to become bold and stop living in fear and stop living as the same way you are. Go and sign up for the coaching. And if you sign up for the coaching, you get the book free. If you don't want to sign up for coaching because You are saying you cannot, no problem. Go and buy the book. Sha, help your life by doing one of the two. Mm? And if you have any questions, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I would answer you. And you can find me somewhere, somehow. Okay, Faith
Yeah.
was listening. She said, Thank you very much. I was blessed and inspired. God bless you, Faith. We're happy. Thank you for asking the question. And this was brought to you by the Women's Growth Academy. We're here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, where we talk about different topics that really just help you to think about your life. Remember who you are in Christ. Because, first of all, we're just showing you who you are in God, who God created. When God created you, He saw you and said, You are good.
Yeah.
So no matter what the world tells you, just remind yourself that I am good. I say this to my son a lot. So I have one son that was I entered secondary school and he was always entering trouble, like trouble. Every day they'll say he went to here, they'll be calling me from school. I say, God, I beg, what is going on? So one day now told him, I started speaking to him every morning. I'll say, as you go to school today, remember that you're a good boy. You say, so just remember you're a good boy. No matter what anybody says, you're a good boy. I know what good boys do. Good boys behave like good boys. So when you just go to school and anybody tries to annoy you, just remember, if not that I'm a good boy, what I would have done to you? Remind yourself that you're a good boy. He will not laugh. And when we start having these conversations, he started going less and less into detention, into trouble. He started realizing because he was owning it. He said, okay, I'm a good boy. When he comes back from school, I say, how did it go today? So today was a good day. I didn't go into quarantine. I say, excellent, you see, because you're a good boy. I'll reinforce it again. And every day. And he went up because it is to remind yourself who you are. I say, when God created you, you say, this is good. You call your name. Brenda is good. So I look at myself every morning and say, I am good. So anybody that tries to annoy me, anything that tries to overcome me, even at work, I look at my work and I say, I can do this because I'm good. Do you
Yes.
see? God created me excellent. So I can do it. I'll find a way. Holy Spirit, help me. I need a solution to this issue. I need a solution to this problem. And then, with the help of God and with determination to show up as good, I
Yes.
do. So today, go away from here knowing that you can be bold, you can live boldly, you can live powerfully, you can come out of that shell. Nobody is going to bring you out. Nobody is going to come and tell you that, hey, yeah, it's not time for you to show up. Or you have to own it. Last week we talked about imposter syndrome. It is something that happens to more than 80% of women. All of us have our stories of imposter syndrome. Go and watch that conversation if you missed it last week. And this week, we're telling you how to come out from hiding and to become bold. Next week, we'll have another story on confidence series. Don't miss it. We'll see you same time next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Chioma, if you have one last word for our guests, what would it be? One last word.
Don't shrink. Shine your light for the world to see. Don't shrink. Shine your light for the world to see. That's what it means for me.
Don't shrink, ladies. Don't shrink. Shine your word because God has told you you are a light of the world. You're the salt of the earth. So shine, shine. And if you don't even want to shine, remember what he said after that verse. It says, so as to give glory to your Father in heaven. So in case you did not really want to shine, but just remember that, this shine is going to give glory to you. Look at us now. See the way we are shining. Are you not seeing our face? Our face shine. We are giving glory to God like this, like this. So
Yes.
please go out and shine today. I love you so much. See you same time next week, Tuesday. Thank you, Chioma, for coming.
Thank you
Always a
very much.
pleasure.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach Brenda. Thank you.